The mist of twilight hovers over a landscape that's neither night nor day. Our intrepid, if somewhat unusual, cast of characters finds themselves assembling in an eerie while oddly tranquil dreamscape. It appears to be a ghost town, but one with a twist. It exists halfway between dimensions, in a time when surreal meets the usual. Topiary Clown, who has been meticulously groomed to maintain his leafy flamboyance, stands scratching his chin of ivy. I have had dreams like this before, but none with so many different paths, he muses. Next to him, CROSSDRESSER STRAWMAN flips a stylish scarf around his neck, the sequins glimmering like stars. I feel fabulous, he declares, striking a pose. FINICKY Panda, ever obsessed with the minutiae of life, adjusts his monocle and carefully examines a blade of grass. Is this grass synthetic? It simply lacks the right chlorophyll, he comments with a sniff. The chatty quantum professor paces back and forth, his mind in a perpetual state of tangential wonder. According to quantum theory, this dreamscape could be a result of overlapping realities, he explains to anyone who will listen. Lastly, whining Tumbleweed, who has been rolling aimlessly through existence, rustles in discomfort. Why does everything always have to be so difficult? He sighs. A signpost emerges from the mist, listing a series of odd yet intriguing locations: ice cream trolley, candy kiosk, dessert gazebo, intergalactic vegetarian villa. Topiary Clown squints at the list. Sounds like the makings of a perfect tea party, he declares. CROSSDRESSER STRAWMAN claps his straw-filled hands. Yes. Let's gather items for a fanciful tea party. We need tea, of course, and some stylish outfits. I will create a checklist, Finicky Panda says, pulling out a feather quill and a tightly rolled parchment. They find their first stop is the ice cream trolley, which stands in the middle of a shimmering field. It's manned by none other than a friendly but somewhat pranky elf named Elroy. Welcome. Fancy a scoop? Elroy asks, flashing a mischievous grin. We would love some ice cream for our tea party, says Topiary Clown. Elroy pretends to consider. Well, you need to answer a riddle first. What's cold, delicious, and often ignored when people are in a hurry? Finicky Panda chimes in, ice cream. Elroy laughs. Smart teddy bear. Here, take some magical flavors that change taste every minute. With ice cream secured, they head to the candy kiosk. A GABBY toy rabbit named Riddles greets them. Want some candy? Only if you can tell me the most delightful thought you've ever had. CROSSDRESSER STRAWMAN thinks for a moment. Being accepted for who I am without judgment. Riddles nods approvingly. Take all the candy you want. He hands over a basket brimming with sweets. Next, they navigate to the dessert gazebo, which seems to float on a pond of liquid caramel. It's tended by a blushing robot named Bella. I have the finest desserts, but I need help arranging them. Finicky Panda, unable to resist, starts organizing the desserts by size, shape, and flavor. The mini tarts should be next to the macaroons, not far from the eclairs, he dictates. Bella's sensors flash. Thank you. Take your pick. With arms full of delightful confections, they make their way to the intergalactic vegetarian villa. They find Ellis, the Elvis lookalike, flipping vegetarian patties. You're just in time for some out-of-this-world veggie food. Thank you very much, the chatty quantum professor says, attempting an Elvis voice and failing spectacularly. Ellis's laugh reverberates. Take some veggie delights for your party. Before long, they've amassed enough food but realize they have no appropriate attire. Off they go to the Tea Time TOGS Tower, where a fashionable wizard named Trendon welcomes them. Need outfits for a tea party? You'll have to dazzle me with your style. CROSSDRESSER STRAWMAN strikes a runway pose. How's this for dazzling? Trendon twirls his wand, and exquisite tea party outfits appear for everyone. Fabulous. Have a tip-top time. Lastly, they visit the floating closet of tablecloths, where a gossipy cat named Whiskers resides. I heard you need some chic tablecloths. Pick what you like, but tell me the latest gossip first. Whiny Tumbleweed, ever dramatic, shares, did you hear about the electric storm that's apparently in love with the rainbow? Whiskers purrs contentedly. Juicy. Take any tablecloth you fancy. With all their items in place, they find a perfect spot, the mini library of tea times. Here, the verbose tea table named Mr. Earl Grey awaits. I have tales to tell, teas to offer, and an abundance of cups. As they gather for the tea party, Mr. Earl Grey entertains them with stories of legendary tea parties from different realms. Everyone relaxes, enjoying the company and the whimsical atmosphere. As the party reaches its zenith, a glitter-mixed cyclone floats by, sparkling in myriad hues. What a delightful gathering. It says in a voice that sounds like a choir of tiny bells. Mind if I sprinkle some extra glitter? Go ahead, Topiary Clown says, his leafy visage aglow with mirth. Underneath the glittering veil, with a surreal sunset casting a kaleidoscope of colors across the sky, they have the perfect tea party in this ever so strange a place. In a dreamlike haze, 5 peculiar characters find themselves in an enchanted wisteria arbor, where every vine glows faintly in the moonlight. These characters, Topiary Clown, Crossdresser Strawman, Finicky Panda, Chatty Quantum Professor, and Whiny Rhymy Tumbleweed, have an important mission, to gather items for a Halloween tea party. Topiary Clown, sculpted from living leaves and flowers, starts fluttering around. He says, we mustn't waste any time. The tea party won't prepare itself. His voice carries a leafy rustle, invigorated by excitement. Crossdresser Strawman adjusts his sunflower hat, saying, indeed. We shall fancify the gig like never before. Finicky Panda, a black and white ball of fussiness, sighs, everything better be perfect. I have very high standards, you know. Chatty Quantum Professor pushes his tiny spectacles up his nose. Time and space are variables here, folks. Let's get cracking, the quantum states are all aligning for the perfect tea party. Whiny Rhymy Tumbleweed mutters, why oh why am I here? I tumble and fumble, full of fear. He rolls around dramatically, complaining about everything, often in verse. They first encounter a spinning tray of smoothies, colorful beverages whirling around like a carousel. One must always have refreshments, declares Topiary Clown. He grabs a particularly vibrant orange smoothie, which seems to hum with magical energy. Next, they find themselves in front of an ice cream trolley, managed by a blushy robot. Greetings, organic friends. Would you like some phosphorescent pistachio or perhaps cosmic caramel? Finicky Panda fusses over every flavor. Is the strawberry organic? Are the blueberries hand-picked? Eventually, he settles for a scoop of lavender-infused bamboo. As they meander further, a candy kiosk appears. Pranky elves run the place, pelting gummies at each other. Crossdresser Strawman giggles, trying on an array of candy necklaces. Accessorize, accessorize, accessorize. He sings. At the dessert gazebo, a verbose tea table talks non-stop about the history of each delicacy. The lemon tarts? Originating from the enchanted citrus grove. The macaroons? Crafted by fairy hands. Chatty Quantum Professor exchanges pleasantries with the table, fascinated by its ceaseless chatter. While gathering an assortment of sweets, they hear melodious chimes and realize they are near Tea Time TOGS Tower. We need the proper attire for a fancy tea party, notes Topiary Clown as they walk inside. Each floor of the tower vibrates with different energies. They grab some exuberant hats at the Outlandish hat shop and explore a floating wardrobe of accessories where scarves and brooches float like lazy jellyfish. Unexpectedly, they come across a strange storm cloud stalking them. Just my luck, a cloud that's proud, grumbles Whiny Rhymy Tumbleweed. The cloud, however, showers them with glitter rain, leaving them sparkling but slightly annoyed. Finicky Panda becomes entranced by an antique shelf of perfumes, testing each scent delicately. He finally decides on Midnight Bamboo, a fragrance that smells both mysterious and soothing. They nearly trip over their own feet when they stumble upon a gossipy group of cats, lounging near a colossal moon that hovers just above the ground. Did you hear about Zeus? He's so angry he almost zapped himself. One cat murmurs. This intrigues Chatty Quantum Professor, who considers engaging Zeus on the implications of self-inflicted thunder. With most of their items collected, they wander to a whimsical shop called the Gift Boxes Boutique, run by a cheerful naggy gnome who insists on wrapping each item with extreme precision. Presentation is key, my dear friends. While packing, they encounter Ellis the Elvis lookalike, performing in a glitter-mixed cottage. Thank you very much, he says, handing the group a pumpkin-shaped basket. Finally, they trek through a spiral staircase to the clouds, where they locate the mini library of tea times. It's a cozy alcove guarded by a pranky elf who challenges them to a riddle before allowing entry. What tea is hard to swallow? Reality. Chatty Quantum Professor answers promptly. The elf nods, letting them inside where they find books titled Haunted Brews and Ghostly Scones. Their grand, whimsical odyssey takes a dramatic turn when they face the angry Zeus himself, who threatens to spoil their fun with a thunderbolt. Chill, Lightning King, pleads whiny rhymy tumbleweed, rolling into a ball dramatically. We've gathered items for a tea, don't ruin our spree. Zeus, bemused by the odd ensemble and the humbling verse, eventually softens and provides them an enchanted umbrella to fly back to their starting point. As the sun sets, casting a magical glow over the magic wisteria arbor, they realize the items have come alive, assembling themselves into the most extravagant Halloween tea party one can imagine. A verbose tea table prattles with the chatty quantum professor, while the blushy robot serves phosphorescent pistachio ice cream to everyone. Crossdresser Strawman funds a perfect ensemble, matching hat and necklace combo making him stand out. Topiary Clown spins gracefully, dispersing his ivy leaves and flowers with every twirl, and Finicky Panda finally relaxes, savoring the lavender-infused bamboo delight. Even whiny rhymy tumbleweed finds interest in the rhythm of his own rhyming complaints. With friends so weird, all that's near becomes dear, he mutters almost happily. And so, with the wisteria glowing ever stronger, they find themselves in a world combining the fanciful and the absurd. They toast with their magical tea, laughing and chattering. Once upon an electrifying stormy night, a motley crew finds themselves whisked away to the magical heights of Mount Olympus. Each of them belongs to an ensemble so unique that only a potent dream could bring them together. Topiary Clown, covered in vibrantly sculpted bushes, leads the pack with a grin as wide as his emerald leaves. Crossdresser Strawman, adorned in flamboyant garb that contrasts wildly with his burlap skin, accompanies him with confidence. Finicky Panda fusses over the smallest details. Chatty Quantum Professor, gleefully explaining the quirks of quantum mechanics, baffles them with his never-ending monologues. And finally, whiny rhymy tumbleweed rolls along, incessantly complaining in perfect rhyming couplets. The crew arrives on stormy Mount Olympus, where thunderclouds rumble above, playing a symphony of sky drums. They receive an invitation, a golden scroll with intricate calligraphy, that reads, "Esteemed guests, you are cordially invited to a fancy Halloween tea with the gods. Kindly gather the requisite items from various magical spots on Mount Olympus." With anticipation, the gods. They huddle beneath an umbrella they find, with no idea how it works. It's an umbrella with magical properties, allowing them to float adventurous distances. First stop, the pumpkin patch. They find giant pumpkins that appear to glow from within. Finicky Panda insists on selecting precisely the right pumpkin, while whiny rhymy tumbleweed grumbles, "Oh me, oh my, these pumpkins do sigh. In this stormy night, can't we just fly?" Topiary Clown, snipping away extra leaves here and there, agrees, "Yes, let's get moving before the pumpkin patch grows on us," and they continue their journey. Their next destination, the ice cream trolley, beckons with its jingling bells and comforting aroma of vanilla goodness. The trolley is manned by a spooky alien, who serves ice cream that changes color, making it a huge hit among the crew. Crossdresser Strawman dons an exaggerated wizard hat from his collection to match the spooky theme, delighting the alien. Now, they venture to the candy kiosk, operated by Blushy robots and Gabby toys. Upon seeing Topiary Clown, the Gabby toys converse endlessly about garden aesthetics, while whiny rhymy tumbleweed cannot resist contributing verses. "Sweet candy for tea, oh what a spree, but robots and toys, please chat quietly." With bags of candy in their possession, they proceed to the dessert gazebo, where a verbose tea table narrates its own existence. There's a delicious array of desserts, from towering cakes to dainty pastries. They carefully select several to add to their collection. Vegetarian Villa presents a unique challenge, with its lush garden bursting with fresh veggies. Finicky Panda inspects each item until satisfied, only the finest for their tea with the gods. At the Tea Time TOGS Tower, a spiral staircase leads to endless floors of magical attire befitting a divine gathering. Each one picks an extravagant costume. Topiary Clown selects foliage-covered tails and Crossdresser Strawman dons a dazzling gown. Finicky Panda opts for a tailored tuxedo, Chatty Quantum Professor chooses an anachronistic outfit blending multiple eras, and whiny rhymy tumbleweed finds a suit that, though dusty, pairs perfectly with his rhyming personality. Their journey takes them further to the antique shelf of perfumes. Here, they are met by a gossipy cat who shares the latest celestial gossip while they peruse an assortment of divine scents. Crossdresser Strawman finds a fragrance that matches his spectacular attire, while Finicky Panda narrows his choices down to the most refined bamboo perfumes. When they reach the Outlandish hat shop, pranky elves present them with an array of bizarre headgear. Topiary Clown chooses a hat that grows flowers, while Finicky Panda selects a more conservative top hat. The elves, delighting in their mischief, keep swapping Chatty Quantum Professor's hat with ones that pop up inexplicable holograms of equations. A floating wardrobe of accessories intrigues them next. From here, Chatty Quantum Professor discovers quantum-enhanced cufflinks, and crossdresser Strawman picks out jewelry befitting his radiant outfit. Finicky Panda chooses a pocket watch that seems both sophisticated and practical. Their quest takes them to a spinning tray of smoothies, swirling with flavors unimaginable. Each character picks a smoothie reflective of their personality. Whiny RHYMY Tumbleweed opts for a rhyming raspberry blend, which improves his poetic grumbles. By the mini library of tea times, the group reads up on mythical tea rituals. They pause to absorb the knowledge, though Chatty Quantum Professor reads aloud faster than anyone can comprehend. And that's why temporal decoherence affects chamomile brews. He explains while everyone nods, half understanding. Returning through the whimsical Wisteria Arbor, the crew practice with puppets performing dramatized skits of ancient godly ceremonies. Meanwhile, Bossy Bum hovers about, ensuring proper etiquette, which Finicky Panda greatly appreciates. Climbing a spiral staircase into the clouds, they enter a glitter-mixed cottage where an angry Zeus is fuming about misplaced thunderbolts. Attempting to stay on his good side, Topiary Clown offers a perfectly sculpted cloud giraffe, calming Zeus enough for them to sneak past. Ellis the Elvis lookalike awaits their arrival at the tea site, crooning out an energetic tune that even gets the gossipy cats to dance along. Finally, they reach the extravagant tea setup amidst the carnival and circus atmosphere. The verbose tea table starts with an elaborate greeting. All around, ghost pets weave in and out of their peripherals, keeping them company while the tea is formally set. As colossal moons rise in the stormy sky and chimes sing melodies of their own, the crew presents their meticulously gathered items. A booming voice announces, "You have succeeded in gathering the essentials of divine tea." It's the Professor of Paradox himself. He takes a seat, and with a wave, they're joined by gods, fictional characters, GABBY toys, a grumpy puppet, an absurdly dramatic NAGGY gnome, blushy robots, and pesky plushy pets. The grand tea, now set and ready, morphs into an endless festivity.